Hello guys. So this time you have two objects that are released from rest from the same height. One of the object is released 2 seconds after the first. What distance separates the two objects 5 seconds after the second object is released? So let me summarize the problem. The problem is like this. You release two objects from the same height. Okay, you release means you drop. Okay, meaning the initial speed is 0 from the same height. So let's say this is my first object and the second object. You release the first object. After 2 seconds you release the second object. Okay, so by the time you start to drop this object, this might have traveled certain distance. Okay, the question is, what distance separates the two objects 5 seconds after the second object is released? So how do you do this problem? Okay, so first, to make things clear, I will draw a time axis in a very strange way. So let's say this is my time axis. Okay, actually nobody draws this way, but so let's say this is my time axis. Okay, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is just to, to explain to you, okay, what's happening. Okay, so here is my red pen. Okay, so this is the first object you released. Okay, and you release the second object after 2 seconds. So I will use a different color for the second object. So yeah, this is our second object. Okay, you release after 2 seconds. The question is what? You need to find the distance separates these two objects 5 seconds after the second object is released. So after the 5 seconds, so this is you release your second object. So after the 5 seconds mean this one, right? So this interval is actually 5 seconds, but for the first one the time interval is, remember, this is 7 seconds. Okay, so how do you find the distance between these two objects? The question is not really complicated. Okay, so I'll use first s equal to ut plus half gt squared. Remember, initial speed is 0, so you don't need to worry about this ut term. Okay, for the first object I'll say s1 is equal to half g is 10. What about time? For the first object is 7 seconds. So 7 squared is 49. Okay, so 2, 10, you will get 5. So 5 times 49 is 245 meter. Okay, so this is for the first object, and similarly use the same equation for the second object. S2 is again ut plus half gt squared. Remember, ut again 0y, you drop. Okay, so this term becomes 0, half 10. Now what about time for the second object? Is 5. So 5 squared is 25. So 2, 10 means 5. So 5 into 25 is 125 meters. Okay. So what is the distance between them is actually delta S is S1 minus S2, 245 minus 125, which is equal to 120 meters.